Hey, how's it going, everybody? I know I promised you this video yesterday, but my algae scrubber, I ran into some problems with that, and then the Blackhawks played. Blackhawks and the Kings, they lost last night, but it is a slugfest. It's a great series. Blackhawks, of course, will be victorious. Anyway, just getting a chance to play with this today before I head out. It's the, I think it's pronounced Jebao or Jebao, whichever. It's the WP25. It's the Chinese knockoff of the Vortech MP10, and also Tunzi. And it's all the buzz right now because of the price point on this. This is actually cost you the same as much as a high door with the wave function. So it was actually, I think it might have been a little cheaper than that. But supposedly it is more powerful than the Vortech MP10, slightly, and also more quiet. So this has been all the buzz on all the reef forums, and there must be something to it because Tunzi put out a patent dispute claim against them. So I went out and I snatched one up in case they decide not to sell them here, or stop selling them, or I don't know what's going to happen. But just wanted to get my hands on one because I've wanted a Vortech MP10, but now we're going to check this out. Now I'm going to admit it, I peeked in the box already and took the parts. So the Chinese knockoff, it's got the English set on the bottom side on this, but boxed up. The magnet, this is the outside magnet. It came attached, and boy, they're strong because it was really hard for me to get off without breaking it. And here is the pump. Pump has got a pretty low profile. It's shorter, it's smaller than the pump I have in there right now, and it's actually not that much longer or more obtrusive than the Vortech MP10. So there is the pump. It's got full radius. It's got directional, which is, that's got it over the Vortech as well. Vortech, you can't change the flow direction. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Here you can change the flow in any direction, as you can see. So that's a nice feature on this. The materials themselves, definitely not poor quality, but not high quality. I'm sure the Vortech MP10 is a lot more solid. In this baggie here, this is your wave controller. It's got 6 different wave settings, and I will go over those when I start showing you the demonstration. It doesn't have as many wave settings as the Vortech, of course, but this knob, you can control the flow. Turn one way, you get more flow. You can turn down the flow, so that's a great feature. And then you have your 6 wave functions. You can lock them in, and then it also has in this little bag, it has a light sensor, which is really nice. I don't know if I can find it. One second, buddy. It has a little light sensor. Sorry about that. My boy wanted to know if he could play with one of my wrenches, and he knows he's got to ask me for every tool he wants to use, and he's been building something out there in the garage all day, just like his papa. So I'll go check that out. Anyway, I was saying there's a light sensor, which is really nice because it'll detect when the lights go down, and then that'll slow down the flow in your tank. Now, I read that the light sensor is pretty sensitive, and if you're using high lighting like halides or LEDs, it's gonna fry out. So we'll see. If it fries out, I'm not even gonna bother getting a replacement. And then it's DC controlled, so not much to it. Not much in the box. And like I said, the materials are all pretty, not super weak, but you can tell that it's not like super strong. And then just a couple pages of instructions here. And let's get it hooked up and play with this new toy. Okay, everybody, so I finally got a chance to play around with it a little bit. I have it temporarily set up in this corner, and they have different wave programs. This one is W1. Basically, it just shoots out at its highest rate of speed, which is 1500 gallons per hour. It's actually 1590, which is rated higher than the MP10. And then you can use the dial on it to dial in your wave. The wave I dialed in here is about a quarter of what's possible. As you can see, it's pretty, I like it like that, where it's kind of mellow back and forth, not too much turbulence. But it's a real strong little pump. Initial reactions, really happy with the money I spent on this pump. Let's see, there we go. See the up and down motion back there. So this is the W1. I'll go through and fiddle around with all the other, and then, like I said, it's a quarter. So now I'm going to turn it up all the way to the shortest pulse, and you'll see how it gets going here. So we have a faster wavelength, but I'm not getting the good back and forth motion because it's sending out shorter pulses, as you can see. But it's still got pretty good wave motion. This is with it all the way down. It'll take a second to settle. And then back up to the quarter where I had it. And it was right around there. About there. So initial reaction, digging the pump. Let's check out some of the other settings. This one's a winner so far. Like I said, it kicked up a bunch of crap in here. I am getting good flow on the sand as well. It's not kicking too much sand up. As you can see, that's part of one of my Sarah snails. I don't know if I should pull that off or not, but for now it's giving me a good indicator if I'm getting any flow down on the bottom. Hey, there's the Coral Beauty. Hello, sir. Okay, so none of the other flow rates or the flow patterns are as visually exciting as the W1. So I went through them all. I finally chose this one. This one is called the else function. It is actually a reef stream mode. It's let's see what it says here. A random flow cycle that randomly increases and decreases pump speed and duration. This creates a random flow cycle similar to what you would find in the natural reef. So I got that dialed in for my tank here. I'm going to just keep it there for a while. You know, you're not getting the whole back and forth, but you're getting some nice flow in the tank. It's not freaking the fish out like the first one was. Still getting some nice flow on the bottom. You can see those things kind of brushing back and forth. So I'm getting some nice flow throughout the tank. Thumbs up so far for the money I spent, which was barely any. I don't know how a real Vortech is, but I'm getting, I think, a pretty good deal here. It's this pump was cheaper than the Hydor wave, the Hydor pump, and then you have to buy the wave, so it was cheaper than that even. And for 1,590 gallons an hour, I don't think I could go wrong. So we're gonna give this pump a shot. It is the Chinese version, so durability, how long it's gonna last, that's another question. So I'll get a permanent home in here, pull out the other circulation pump on the other side, and add that back if I ever need it. But so far, giving it a thumbs up. If anything changes, I'll let you all know. But yeah, worth the money I spent. Pretty good little pump. We'll see how it does. Later.